we talk about these two teams, though. It is Oregon and Arlington. About to get it on here. Game one of a best-of-5 as AJC will start it off for the Oregon Ducks. He'll hit Skippy, and Nava has to jump in. Already under fire. The sub getting tested in the first few seconds. And I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Nava here as he takes on this Oregon team.
Had a good recovery to get a chance for that shot, but just a little too late to the contest, and then he was a little too far to the right side of that last shot. But you like how involved he is, at least early on the offense, that despite not putting those shots on target, you know, it's always good to establish that early confidence in your sub stacks, and it's always important to integrate the other team into your passing plays when you score these goals.
Yeah, Adverse had to be waiting there for an eternity before finally the ball got to him, and it got to him just in time as he had just an edge on the defender, and it is UT Arlington that scores first.
Yeah, we haven't even...
Wild Wacky West continues. This is on target.
Oh, that one was going in. We haven't even talked about Samba, but Samba's also been a very consistent, solid player for UT Arlington, and I definitely expect him to contribute. And okay, what's going on with the Ducks right now? Nava found what's essentially a freebie in front, poor clear from AJC, and Duskippy just straight up missed.
I don't know if Duskippy thought Nava was going to get there earlier than he did, because he was going for a block, but all he was going to do is block the ball from going to the corner. This has been a very bizarre sequence that Leland is going to score here. This was a bizarre kickoff, and it just goes cleanly into the Arlington end.
And this time it was Samba missing it. So, 2 whiffs in a row, 1 for each team. So, now you're even down. Nobody has to feel bad about whiffing the ball. Duskippy, you can get over it. Samba, I guess you can feel bad for a couple more seconds afterwards, but then get over it. Got a game.
Yeah, short-term memory is the name of the game as you start to climb the competitive ladder in Rocket League. The Skippy, oh, good fake to let that ball go deeper into the corner. His teammate AJC can come over. Leland with a demolition on Nava, the substitute, but they hang on for now. That's a good block by Nava off the respawn. And now Leland, can he get to this in time? No, Samba wins that ball. Adverse, backboard, he plays it himself, and his shot goes wide.
Still, you like the threat from UT Arlington on the counterattack. If they can consistently find those passes out. And again, it's Samba at the center of those counters and those passes downfield in these first 2 minute stacks. So he's already, you know, he might have 40 points on the scoreboard, but he's setting up these opportunities. You got to keep the Ducks honest. If they feel like they can just get away with whatever and, you know, position however they want, boom the ball downfield and pass, it's tough to crack through that type of confidence. But they're forced to respect UT Arlington on their clears downfield, but they played pretty good defense. Duskippy, quick shot saved by Adverse. Woo, close.
Ah, boy, he ran out of real estate in a hurry, but just had enough to bump that ball over the crossbar. Now, Leland loses out here. Ball back into the Oregon end of the field. They'll be without Leland, but Adverse could not center to Nava. And Duskippy gets a huge clear to buy Leland time to boost up.
Again, control here from Samba, and then he missed it, but it almost worked out in Adverse's favor had he been able to hang on to the ball. This is something UT Arlington can't continue to do. Samba got a breakaway opportunity, though, going the other way. Ground hop air dribble off the crossbar. Where's the shot? There it is. 2-goal lead for UT Arlington, and it is Samba taking the lead on all of these pushes, and he finally breaks one through for his team.
Yeah, you had to wonder, was he going to be able to win the 1v1 in front of the net? And as soon as he didn't, it was just a race with the defender coming in from the corner. Adverse got there just in time, and the lead balloons again to 2 goals for Arlington. But Oregon almost answers back, but Leland just could not find one inside the corner. Now does Skippy. Looking for one for the highlight reel. That didn't work out. Leland will try again. Nobody across, and Adverse has a good enough clear to fend off another Oregon attack.
Solid defense from UT Arlington. Good hard touches into tough places for the Ducks to maintain possession, and at least was in a space where another UT Arlington car could make a challenge and make life a little bit more difficult for the Ducks, but they've had to scramble a couple of times. And here they come again on the counterattack. Stacks just couldn't hang on to it long enough. But there's a minute left, and they still got a 2-goal lead. They might even add on to it. Uh-oh.
Maybe not. They might do the exact opposite of add on to their lead. As the Skippy open net, Nava, he was looking for that midfield boost, didn't have any to get back with. And Oregon gets to hang around just a little while longer in this game.
Now, this is why I picked Oregon to win this 3-2 rather than 3-1 or 3-0 like some people might expect, not just because of UTA's record, but also because of the talent on the field. And they're gonna play up to the competition. I have to believe that their record against top teams is gonna hold in a game against the Ducks, and it has, even with Nava in. Nava looks pretty comfortable overall in the rotation. I think there's some times where he's been a little lost in this when he's in the second man position on offense. Lost is probably a strong word for that, but either way, I'm happy with how UTA look with Nava overall. I don't think he's slouching in the rotation at all.
Big ball downfield from AJC, sent away by Samba with 13 seconds. Chance for Oregon still. They have time for one trip downfield. Does Skippy. Got that ball centered for AJC, and he ties the game!
AJC? Told you he's been making a name for himself lately, but Skippy launches one to him, and AJC, it wasn't the perfect touch. It wasn't pretty, but pretty doesn't matter. If the ball still goes into the net, you take those. UT Arlington were expecting pretty. They didn't get it. What a comeback for the Ducks here in game one.
Jorby, a wise man, once said on a stream, just win. And Oregon is trying to do just that. It doesn't have to be pretty, but they've given themselves a shot as they've battled back from a late 2-goal deficit. That one gift could prove costly when a block by Leland. Follow-up is saved by AJC as well. Arlington have had their chances. They could not hold the lead at the very end of regulation. And now they're trying to get it back here early in overtime. You do not want this game to go on very long. In OT, Leland circling around for a shot. It's going to be high and wide. May have another opportunity after the demolition on adverse. But Nava, he whiffed on it. And Samba gets the ball away.
I think you might be looking at Samba in this overtime if UT Arlington want to salvage a blown lead in regulation. He's been critical in opening up space. He's been playing a solid first man, but they've been in consistent trouble getting back on the rotation, and they get punished. AJC scores a second banger for Oregon, and they steal game one from Arlington.
This is just larceny. AJC and Oregon just escape with game one. Somehow, boy, they had to battle and battle the boys from Arlington, but it does work out for the Ducks, at least in game one. But if this is a sign of things to come, Jorby, you at least hope that Arlington doesn't kind of start slumping their shoulders a little bit like, oh man, we really had them, we really should have beat them. Ah, shucks, what do we do now? No, come out and go at them again. They're not going to erase deficit after deficit, right?
I mean, they might. The Ducks are known for their comeback potential. Also, did you see the shot line? All six players had 4 shots. How often does that happen?
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Literally never seen all 6 players with the same number of shots. That is incredible. Well, here we go. Evenly matched teams as we get into our second to last match of the night.
I think that for UT Arlington, it just comes down to cutting down on the optimistic positioning on defense. That's where they really started getting into trouble against the Ducks. If you're constantly having to dive back and use way more boost than you want to get a poor save, and then into a poor challenge, into a poor clear, into, now I got to save another shot. It's just not a fun way to play defense. You got to give a little bit more respect to the Ducks on these pushes. And, it's great. You want to move downfield, and I love that mentality. But you got to respect that positioning on the field. Got to make sure you have that understanding of the positioning full of all 6 players. They have it most of the time, but it's that 30%, I'd say, that they've dropped that allow the Ducks to come back.
Leland, he was looking to get his nose on that ball and put a laser into the net. Missed a lot of power. Adverse tried to play this out of the zone. Got blocked by Leland, but Nava there to follow up. Now Adverse playing one on. And it's far down and in. Skippy off the respawn. Could not catch up.
Adverse pulling out some lever action. Good old Dominus power, and Skippy, what is happening? He has not had the greatest day on defense with those types of reads. With long trajectories, his launches just have been poor.
Well, to be fair, Leland will score here. Skippy was literally coming off a respawn. He started going upfield and then had to turn. Meanwhile, Leland, boy, we've seen Oregon. Every time they've gotten scored on, they've come back with a quick answer or at least a threat of a response. And Oregon does not trail for very long in game 2.
Seems to always be Leland, too, to kickstart the offense for Ducks in that situation. He did last game as well.
Yep, both goals have been critical from Leland so far with only less than a game and a half gone by. Zamba's shot is going to get past Leland, and Arlington's back in front.
Now Leland's first on that carry, but Skippy also a little too far, and AJC, all 3 players, a little too crunched into the corner. Nobody defending the large part of the net, just really the near post. And when your car's facing forward and you're past the near post, are you really guarding the net? Like, it's tough to get back at all, and AJC was late to that touch, so nice by UT Arlington to take advantage of it. But AJC almost found one, and Leland might have it on the bounce, but no touch.
Yeah, there's a little hesitation there between AJC and Leland, I think, over who's going to go after that ball, and just couldn't make the last-second adjustment after he'd finally committed. Oregon lets an opportunity go by. Can Nava punish them for it? No, AJC with a clear. This is going to be coming right back in. They did not keep possession. Adverse. Got around, flip, reset, and Skippy with a save. They're not done, though. It is shot after score.
And Samba makes sure of it, playing bully in front of the net. I'm not sure if the bump matters or not, but Nava puts it on target. AJC gets bodied. And no, I don't think he was getting to that shot at all. That was wonderfully placed by Nava. All 3 players on UT Arlington getting involved in the offense. There's ones all over the place on the scoreboard, and it's got to feel great for a full team effort. UT Arlington absolutely playing up to the opposition, to the Ducks, but Oregon, Stacks, in this spot last game, just saying.
Oh, what a pass out to Nava. They deserve a goal here, and they're not going to get it as Skippy will collect and move downfield, but they were very close. They had definitely beaten the Oregon defense, but the ball was pushed wide. Now Leland got an angle, and he comes up entirely empty. The Skippy will keep the attack alive, though, and it's been second and third chance opportunities for both teams, but particularly Arlington, so far in this series that have gotten them on the scoreboard. As Adverse throws another downfield. Tell you what, this is not fencing. There is no right of way here. It is just shot after shot. There's no relenting on the Arlington side at all.
I really like Nava. I think
he's been solid.
He's looked so good and has had some tough touches or has forced Oregon into some tough touches, and Oregon are actually getting tied up. AJC had a clear path on the dribble. Why are the Ducks getting tied up between each other on a breakaway opportunity? The communication has to be more solid there when you're down by 2 with a minute 15 left. Like, UT Arlington are playing for their
here we go.
For better positioning, but just as last time, AJC gets the goal that puts them within 1.
Yep, exactly. Back within 1 with just barely over a minute to go. Exact same situation as game 1, except this time it wasn't just a wide open net across the field. Here goes AJC, flip reset, means he can wave dash to set up Leland, and Nava gets there for the save.
Something about the Ducks past the 2:30 mark just activates another gear, and all of a sudden, They become the most threatening team on offense. It's a good challenge from Duskip. He'll also get the bump. No, but if he gets that bump on Samba, Leland gets a clear shot on net. AJC just might find it, and Adverse pinches it across. Back over to Samba. UT Arlington do not want to give up another 2-goal lead at the end of regulation. AJC looking to do just that.
Well, if you wonder what team could beat Northwood in CRL, maybe it's Oregon in the last 2 minutes of a game. They got a double demo, but they don't score. The Skippy, not panicking though, throws that off to the corner. At least didn't allow the big clear. Now Leland has AJC. Around 1, but not around 2. It's Adverse with a stop, and Samba to play it deeper into the corner. Here they go again. 10 seconds left. They got to go the length of the field. It was a pass from Duskippi that set up the equalizer in game 1. Leland will try to play that role this time. Ball will get to center. AJC, a low line drive that touches down, and we've got a series on our hands.
AJC had to race to that ball. If he had gotten just a little bit under it, he could have had that pass to Duskippi. That was looking pretty juicy. But man, all right, we're in for a fight. This is fun. Let's go. Samba's playing a great first man. Nava, his second man issues from game 1 are completely gone. He's making solid decisions in that role. And Adverse, I was going to say good ball control, but honestly, all 3 players have shown pretty solid car control throughout for UT Arlington. And that time they handled things so much better on defense stacks. I thought that's what killed them in the first game, is that optimistic positioning on defense. Unearned optimism, mind you, but that time they had a tighter rotation. There was somebody always covering a little bit more of the net, and they were able to save a lot of those tough balls that the Ducks gave them, because they were not easy shots to save that AJC were putting on near the end of the game. There was some pretty decent passes.
Yeah, it was so important for Arlington to get off to a quick start in game 2 after they had let game 1 get away. Like, okay, Oregon ripped that game away from them, but they let them back in with that goal with about a minute left, and they had to feel absolutely heartbroken. That ball almost bounced off Duskippi, and I don't know, the way it almost hit him, that could have ricocheted into the net from that angle. Here's the head first now. But they bounce back very early in game 2. They take the lead. They don't let the lead up this time. A lot of confidence going right now for Arlington. That's a confident pass, too. A lot of guys going to take a shot there. He didn't. But now they've got to defend, and they do. Samba with a great stop in midfield. Adverse, and on center. But you see Oregon, they're so slow getting out of the zone right now.
Yeah, Oregon are having trouble meeting UT Arlington on these last couple of passes, but they've also thrown the ball back pretty far. So had a couple of chances to get reset again. And these are tough to contend with. Here's one touch from AJC, but Nava dives back. Are we subbing in Nava as a starter? Is that what's going on for UT Arlington? I don't know what the full story is right now, but he picks up another save here, showing a very clear, solid fundamentals overall. He's got great touches in front. He's got good vision. It's just really, really good for UT Arlington. And I mean, they're going toe-to-toe with the Ducks here, Stacks, and looking good doing. They do not look like they are overperforming. They look like they are right where they belong with the Ducks.
And that's the great thing about CRL, right? I mean, eventually, something is going to happen where you're going to need your sub for most teams. And when you see the sub come in and perform like this, it's just opportunities about. He's chasing this downfield. He'll peel off and let Adverse take on Duskippi. Now Samba coming in, looking to center. He does win that challenge. Nava's there, but so too is Leland, high up in the sky to send this ball away. And this is the first time neither team has gotten on the board very early on, but Oregon could have a chance. AJC threw one well wide. Little missed opportunity, but now Duskippi waiting for Leland. They got the demolition, but
wow.
Duskippi could not commit.
The Ducks are frustrated.
Oh, this is in!
Ooh! Maybe a little less frustrated. AJC finally sneaks this through, but you've just seen so many demos, so many chips, so many bumps. The Ducks are so mad right now that they are trying everything they have in the bag to try to score on this UT Arlington team, because nothing has worked. The passes haven't worked. They got a double demo in front of the net, Stacks, last game, and they couldn't score. Like, that's how bad it's been for the Ducks to try to score against UT Arlington. So to get a goal like that for AJC has to be good. Just has to be good for you to take a breath and be like, okay, all right, yeah, they've been playing pretty good defense. It's been tough to take the ball away. The vision for UT Arlington, again, really solid. Really like the passing.
They're making a lot of cutbacks at midfield that you don't see a lot of teams make. That's throwing Oregon off. Samba's shots off. Nava couldn't get the double, and Adverse was just waiting for a ball that never reached him.
And he had no boost. He was hoping to be the cleanup man if Nava couldn't complete the double, but Nava had to. Good first touch from Adverse. Good second, and just could not get there in time. Samba back up again. This shot never comes for Nava. Too far on the left side of the ball.
All right, Oregon is not ready for a lot of what Arlington is throwing at them. They're hanging on for dear life right now to a 1-goal lead. Could expand it. Oh, what a lead there by AJC. Leaving that for Leland, but his shot's off the mark. And now here comes Arlington again. The net is open, and Adverse couldn't get a clean shot on.
I actually thought that worked out really well. And here's why.
Samba!
No way! That's the big muscles he lifts every single day of the week. How much can he bench? The whole field! Oh, baby!
Oh, cousin Samba. Okay. That is incredible. And we still got a mid-20 to go. We're looking at perhaps another overtime. 2 games coming down to the wire already. Oh, big block there by Nava, just bouncing this ball away. Samba's got to get there. He doesn't. Can Adverse get in time? He does. Just in the nick of time to make the save. And now here comes Arlington again. Adverse full take a boost to win that challenge. Nava on the weak side waiting, but Samba slowed it up. And Leland had just enough time to get back.
What has this match turned into? This is awesome. This is fast. Good passes in front, great ball control. Look at Dust Skippy trying to do it himself, but Adverse is there. But the positioning is solid on the second man for the rotation on both sides. Launching it downfield, man. This is great. What a match of Rocket League we got going on right now.
On paper, you saw one of the teams that could claim to be the best in the West up against a mid-pack team using their sub and thought, all right, bathroom break while we wait for the final match. No, sir. This has turned into a fight. Adverse keeping this in the zone, just again annoying the Oregon defense. Here goes Nava, looking to play hero. Came up empty, but Samba's got a full take a boost. Can Adverse hit him? Looking for the backboard. Demolition! Adverse Mediv won the game!
Adverse puts on the jet engine and hits supersonic. Boom goes the net. Oh my goodness. UT Arlington. Adverse with his pop-up moment of the match. This is cool. Do they win?
Well, maybe. That's good from Adverse. It clipped the ceiling, and it touches down. UT Arlington get a clutch goal at almost 0 seconds, and they're 1 win away from stunning Oregon.
Well, I don't know how that wasn't on the ramp, but, you know, that's fine, game. That's fine. I wanted something. I wanted something at the end there. I wanted the Ducks to get at least one
We get a
chance.
classic finish like that, and the first thing you do is go after the refs. My goodness, typical American sports fan.
Oh man, yeah, you know it's bad when the commentators go after the refs for sure. But
you know, my heart stopped for a moment on that shot from Adverse because it did bounce off the ground. And I thought, no. He didn't hit the ground at 0 right on the goal line.
Yeah.
And then it went in and it's like, oh man, what a finish. And now Oregon's got to battle back. We talk about Arlington bouncing back after that game 1 loss. Now Oregon's got to find a way to get back into this series after another game got away from them. And those almost 0-second heroics come out from Adverse.
Man, none of y'all thought this was going 5 games. I
did.
Did you? Oh wait, were
did.
you the only other one? I thought it was the only one who predicted 5.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
both of
okay,
us. You know,
okay.
the real big brains in the room.
Right. The 2 smartest people in Rocket League.
Yikes. That is an indictment against the Rocket League community, but we'll just leave it alone.
Yeah, we got two great teams playing right now, so we'll just focus on them. First minute. too much fanfare, but it's just, I think it's going to be tough for the Ducks. They got to keep mixing it up on offense. They can't get too one-dimensional, can't consistently go for the bumps or demos, but how about a couple whiffs to give you the goal for Leland, although that was really awkward for UT Arlington to deal with.
Yeah, it really was. After Adverse was in a real tough spot, he ended up on the roof of the goal, or the ceiling of the goal. He just could not get out in time. It was a very awkward spot. Oregon, they lead early in Game 4, as they did at one point near the middle of Game 3. Back and forth, the pendulum keeps swinging. Nava will find Samba. He can hit Adverse. Boy, they're moving down the field tremendously well as a team, and AJC stopped Adverse from getting another double.
I think that's what's been really difficult, Stacks, with Adverse, and like his game-leading goal that he scored too was a microcosm of this, but it's just his first touches. His first touches always give him a chance to control the ball again, and then each subsequent touch is also very solid. And you know, for a player that had made a couple of waves in the 1v1 scene, it's no surprise that, you know, someone so versed in 1v1 is so good at that first touch fundamental, I'll call it, because it really is. Oh, does Skippy actually sneaks this through? I thought this one was gonna come off for the rebound, but no, it's a 2-goal lead for the Ducks.
Yeah, Samba didn't jump out for it. It's like, no, I'm gonna read the shot. And how many times were you told in your first few hundred hours of Rocket League, never let them take the shot from there? And sure enough, it comes back to burn him. But there's a whiff there out of the Oregon defense. Now Samba coming around, trying to get Arlington back into this game. AJC needs a clear, and he's got it downfield as Oregon holds on to a 2-goal lead. The biggest lead of the series.
Well, theirs. Yeah, I was gonna say Arlington had a couple 2-goal leads. Oh, good block.
Samba, so quick to the ball at midfield too. Him and Nava both, you know, we talk about Adverse at his first touch, but Samba and Nava at midfield, I mean, they're making turns, and they've just got an eye for where the defense is trying to break out for Oregon and cutting them off at every turn.
Yeah, and like that's been what he's been doing since Game 1. Like I said, like just playing a really solid first man. Like if you need him to win the challenge or at least kill the ball, he's done that pretty consistently. I really think the only thing you can knock UT Arlington for is poor defense when under pressure. Like that's about the only thing, and that's spotty at times. So, and even right there, that one kicks out weirdly. Adverse isn't expecting that ball to pop out that way, so it's a little awkward. In fact, he got a turnaround opportunity, but that's it. Other than that, you're talking about a real square series here, and it's been tough for the Ducks. They've had to fight for every pixel of the pitch.
Everything that comes out of the corner, there is somebody at midfield from Arlington just waiting to pounce on it. That's not a great clear from AJC. Free ball for Arlington. Good pass over to Samba. All right, Adverse got to get up in a hurry, and he does, but Leland's there to meet him. Nava to follow, and he throws a shot high, wide, not very handsome. Now Samba throws another across, and Nava happens to be there, but nobody else to finish. Everything just a little off the mark from Arlington, but now they get a reset. Off the demolition, Leland does make the save. Arlington back in the zone, still only down 2 with a minute left. Not panic time just yet, but got to score sooner rather than later. This is where Oregon started to erase a couple 2-goal deficits.
Oh, and it might be another fault that's starting to sneak up on UT Arlington a little bit more, and that's too many rebounds and a little too pass happy in front of the net. Several times they've had opportunities where it's just better to take the shot sometimes, but you know, it's good to play the backboard. It's good to play the backboard to pull defenders out of net. But sometimes you just got to put the ball in the net, and Samba knows it finally after a cavalcade of ridiculousness here. They get a goal. UT Arlington cut the lead in half.
Boy, I wonder if Nava thought maybe that ball was just on its way in, so he turned off. That was a little bizarre, but it worked out for Arlington. Back within a goal. Nava can go up for this. Did not beat Leland, but it drops down to Adverse. His shot's wide, and Skippy will collect. Samba in a real tough spot. He gets bumped away, and then Adverse gets bumped as well, and Skippy puts Game 4 away.
Oh, it fell apart all at the last second. Samba got bullied. Leland said, that's the last challenge you're winning in this game. And Oregon, now they finally get to see what it feels like to be in a 3-1 lead against UT Arlington. And Stacks, it must feel pretty nice because they've been trailing for the majority of this set. And in the only game they won, they had to fight back just for an overtime. But it looked a lot cleaner. It looked a little better. But I do think that UT Arlington were their own worst enemy on offense. I think that, you know, they were playing the angles a little too tight. There were some times a player just couldn't get a shot on net because he couldn't get around the ball. It came off the back wall a little too fast. Sometimes they wanted to play the rebound to try to pull a defender out, but that just gave the defender the opportunity to defend it. I do think UT Arlington just need to shoot the ball more. It's great to pass the ball, and it's great to keep the defense guessing. But at some point, you do have to take the shot, and you have to change that up. Sometimes it's just good to roll down the field and shoot the ball, because nowadays, teams aren't really expecting that, especially when you consistently try for the creative, crazy, back-and-forth opportunities.
Well, here we go. Game 5. Just the way we all knew it would end up between UT Arlington and the Oregon Ducks. Boy, what a fantastic series this has been.
It's been a treat.
And there's still one more to go after this. What a finale. Nava for adverse. Well, a little lack of communication, I think, and maybe a last-second call-off was a bit too late. But Oregon didn't get downfield at all. Everybody kind of came back. Skippy held the ball there. Adverse got bumped. He can still get onto this ball. Might have panicked a little as AJC turned off. Skippy will try to take over. Samba is right there in his grill, as he has been all throughout the series. Now Adverse can't force that ball through, and Nava, a sitting duck, no pun intended, I promise, gets blown up. Now AJC comes up empty, and Adverse should have that ball away.
Difficult again on the challenge game. Seeing optimistic second man positioning, and then a favorable bounce for the Ducks. This kicked right back into a Duck. Adverse, you know, I'd say 8.2 times out of 10, that ball does bounce straight out off the post, but
yep.
You know, Adverse didn't know it was going to bounce off the inside of the post and kick straight back out. So a little unfortunate for Adverse there.
Yeah, jarring enough that the ball came perilously close to the net in the first place. He's got to be thinking, no, I'm going to go get boosted. All of a sudden, there's a massive dunk that almost ends up in his net. Goes Nava now as they try to get out of the zone, but Arlington's starting to slow down just a little bit. Oregon getting a little comfortable here. Adverse shot, easily set away, but follow-up from Nava. Now they're getting back in the swing of things. Samba high, Adverse slams it home, and we're tied again.
I had a scary feeling that Adverse was going to bang this off the crossbar, just by nature of how the offense has gone for UT Arlington, but finally, they crack through, and that time, hitting the backboard was the right option for UT Arlington. Gave Adverse the exact angle he needed.
5 goals and a couple of assists for Adverse. Samba, can he stay with this play? No, now Leland. Oh, this is awkward for Nava, and he hangs with the play just enough to stop Leland. Boy, the substitute has been outstanding for Arlington. Little scramble in the corner now as Samba will take over, and he's given all the time and space in the world, but that first touch got away. Here goes Oregon again. Clever pass to Skippy. Bar down and not in. Samba is able to sweep this away, but Old Ironsides comes to the rescue.
It really did, but Samba's recovery was just as crucial. He had to land quickly, jump off, boost perfectly, and it all falls apart. A giant house of cards was the UTA defense, and Oregon blew the house down.
After that near miss off the crossbar and the save away, that is how Oregon reclaims the lead in Game 5. This series has had everything. Adverse doesn't have anybody downfield, but he's about to. Skippy will collect here. Samba didn't get there in time. Leland to expand the lead. Oh, the shot is just wide. AJC's been given a little bit of leeway as well. Nava was off in the corner. Now Leland will not follow this play up. Nava's got to have a big clear instead it falls to Adverse. halfway mark of Game 5. Yes, only the halfway mark. And still plenty more drama to follow.
Oh, but really, another solid touch from AJC. Only gives him a second, but that's a second needed for his two teammates to reset. Both Duskippy and Leland were still rotating back quickly. Any pour of a clear, and it would be a tying goal for UTA. He makes another solid save here, recovers nicely, but he had time and space. Maybe a little rushy. What am I saying? Maybe rushed the touch a little bit, but Adverse gets on the next challenge. You still like AJC on the rotation. He's finding solid touches into this corner, and now he might have a breakaway past midfield. Just kidding. He went boom.
Hey, you like that about Nava, though. He created a mess there. That was a bad giveaway in the Oregon zone, and he came back. He got the demolition to blow up the attack. Now Adverse got the dunk, but that's going to go wide. Nava looking to play one laterally out to Samba, but he just barely got a piece of that ball. Elton might have ended up in the Arlington net. Leland, boy, a lot of mustard behind that, but AJC, no way he was going to get onto it.
He had him in the perfect spot. Just a little more finesse on that ball, and AJC catches two defenders looking backwards. Wait a second, breakaway. He didn't have another boost, and the ball was going too fast, and there's so many demos on the field.
Oh, Nava almost got another two. Leland avoided it, and I think he got the full boost and the ball. And now Nava in a tough spot. He can't get there. Oh, it was a lot to shoot at, but AJC could not hit the net.
It was smart from Adverse, though, to wait. Let that ball come to him and then take the ball on the opposite side. But the Ducks are coming right back. Here's Leland on the flick. He's been deadly before. Duskippy gonna keep it going in front. The Ducks, if they get insurance, that could really be the nail. Stacks, they're pushing.
Leland popping one up. Here comes AJC, and Adverse takes this ball away. Up to the backboard. Oh, Duskippy had to get there, and he did with 17 now. Trying to get out of the zone. Bounces right out to Adverse, and AJC sweeps away again. Got a demolition in the net. Here comes Nava again. Two demolitions yet again. They almost got Leland. Down to 5 seconds. The last man standing saved Oregon one more time. Arlington's got to go the length of the field. Absolutely not happening. And Oregon survives a thriller on Champions Field.
A thriller's the only way to put it. AJC coming in clutch several times in Game 5. The most consistent force for the Ducks. 3 saves, 1 goal, and all of the marbles. Stacks, what a set. I really thought UT Arlington were going to come back. Like, they had a couple of breakaways late. Adverse was downfield, but I think the thing that killed them is, like, on those pushes, Adverse and Nava both times were sitting low on boost, and so they had to hope for a perfect pass downfield on the counterattack and then get a good bounce. But Oregon were always ready for it. Oregon didn't overcommit. They weren't pushed up a little too far. It was excellent defense, and even in the face of all of those demos at the end, having the presence of mind to be able to even avoid one after that, pick up those saves. I mean, that was a really fun match, and I'd love to see these two teams play it out again because, like, I'm not convinced UT Arlington don't take the second one, you know?
Yeah, boy, I feel bad because you know what? Arlington deserved to win the way they played, but Oregon deserved it just a little bit more. They take the dub here, and it's always that 4th match of the night. That's always the classic, and now it's a team like Long Beach or Colorado State that has to follow that up. We've got one more, and it happens to be Long Beach and Colorado State. How do they follow that up? You'll have to come back and find out.